Okay, we're downloading A-Game's formula.
3, 2, 1.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hi. How's everybody today? Happy Friday, I guess. Thank you, Public Opinion. So this is how dopamine addicts end up. Everybody doing okay? So I watched the interview with Taraji. And it was interesting and it was a little sad. Thank you, Michael. It was interesting and it was a little sad to me that she was so unhappy. Because gynocratic or not, she strike me as a genuine person. Thank you, Devon. Said, peace, sister. Look like something on your mind. I'm, you know, alhamdulillah. All praise due to Allah. And thank you, Naturally Shy. Said, peace and love. Thank you so much, sweetheart. My beautiful sister coming through. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I'm a little bit preoccupied. Give me 1 second. My apologies, everyone. Thank you, Michael. Thank you so much. So, when I was looking at Taraji's interview with Angie Martinez, I kind of feel a little bit sorry for her. Post-wall, gynocratic or not, like I said, she sort of genuinely seemed like a good person. Like if she wasn't raised in a gynocracy, she wouldn't be a gynocrat. You know what I mean? Like if maybe a lioness had taken a hold of her when she was young, she might not have been a gynocrat. But she is unhappy. And you can see it in her eyes. She's got the unhappiness that's in her eyes. And it's miserable. Like she got on Angie Martinez's show, and apparently they are friends in real life. And Angie was saying, you know, my friend, and you know, you're kind of a sponge for energy and emotions and things of that nature. And Taraji sort of seemed like that person, that the one that's hurting inside, but life for everybody else. Everybody liked that person, and you wonder how that person that was the life of the party, that everybody liked them, ends up deleting themselves. You'd be like, what's going on with that person? What was happening in that, what was happening in that person's mind and in their heart and inside of them that they deleted themselves? Like, people would question that about Twitch, or people would question that, rest in peace to him. But this isn't so much about Taraji's specific unhappiness, or really the unhappiness necessarily of Black women, more so than it is about Black women leading these very miserable kind of lives. And what she really is demonstrating is the post wall, what's behind the wall. And she's illustrating that women are gonna hit this particular kind of wall no matter what their socioeconomic status is. See, a lot of women, too many women now, believe that if they make a certain amount of money, thank you, Unity, so all praises, Miss Kendra, love you, our dynamic woman. Thank you, I needed that. Appreciate that, Unity. So I might play a little bit of it, but the interview wasn't so much of all of these different particular sound bites. You almost had to take it as a whole. You almost got to watch it as a whole to get the overall energy. What's going on is that Taraji is a Black woman that is 52 years old. She has made a pretty good acting career for herself. She's worth about $25 million in net worth. And Taraji is not an ugly woman. She's just a little older now. But Taraji in my opinion, Taraji was pretty. Taraji was a pretty woman. Certainly wasn't no ugly woman. I thought she had interesting features in her face, and I thought that they were pretty features. And so here we have a woman who's been acting a long time. She wasn't always 52, right? There was a time where she was 25, right? Thank you, Marriage Politics. Said boss babe Down syndrome. So many trouble famous boss babes. It's simple and unmentionable. But I will say it anyway. Women, successful or not, need the cover of a good man. Good men bring order to chaos. Exactly. See, and this is what I wanted to... Thank you so much, Marriage Politics. This is what I wanted to come out to. This is a woman that had an opportunity for marriage, had an opportunity for men. The last man that she was publicly with, they ended up breaking off their engagement. His name was Kelvin Hayden, and and he was younger than her. And they ended up breaking off the engagement just because she was like, you know what, I'm broken. Like, I'm broken, and I attract certain men because I'm broken. And so I don't really need to really kind of waste a man's time in a relationship with him while I'm broken. Thank you, Super Seamster. Says shows very interesting. Wish I had more. Thanks. Thank you so much, Michael. One said, thank you so much. You can't relive your young days. You can't. And it was interesting. I want to share screen too. And come to it. I didn't necessarily have particular time stamps. It was, like I said, it was just the overall of this. But let me play it.
Be comfortable enough to say that.
To
I mean,
this
it's
point.
kind, but it's like,
I'm just getting to this point where it's like, it's empty for me now. Like, I can do it and I love it. I love to make people happy and smile. But then what about me? Because I go home in the shadows and the four corners of my room. Who's there to lift me up? So this trip to Bali ain't got nothing to do with my friends, my mama, my dad, my kid. No, this is me.
what are you hoping to get out of it?
I'm trying to find that happiness again. That happiness that was innately in me. You know,
Were you like a happy kid? Like a happy...
I was the only kid. I could play by myself. I had the most incredible imagination. That's why I'm an actress. That's why I am the actress that I am, because I had so much time alone and all I could do was create and pretend that the other person was sitting. I had to pretend you were there. I didn't have, you know what I mean? So that's me. That's what I do, and it's in me. Like, I grew up like that. But I just hit my glass ceiling, I think. Lifting rooms and being the life of the party. It's like, where is your life?
Yeah, but...
And I thought that was key. I thought it was key what she just said. Let me come back to you. That was a really key thing. Thank you, 21st Century. Said, going through comment sections on YouTube, I find it very interesting to see men pushing for structured families more than women, and it's not even close. Exactly. See, here's the problem. Let's take the concept of the wall. Let's take that concept a little bit further. Thank you, AF Jim. Thank you so much for your support. Let's take this a little bit further than just the concept of getting a woman reaching a sexual wall where she's not as attractive anymore because she's not as young anymore and men aren't chasing her like they were and things of that nature. The wall of the sexual market value. We're very versed in that wall. But there are other components of a wall, right? For women, there are actually separate walls. There are walls some women hit, and there are other walls women never hit. Are we clear on that before I get down to the concept of the wall? Are we down with that? Are we understanding that? Y'all need me to go deeper with that? Because I was gonna go deeper with that. And feminism actually created these walls. Let's understand that the adaptation of feminism actually created multiple walls for women to hit. Multiple. The first and most popular wall that we talk about is the one, like I said, the sexual market value wall, right? The wall of I'm no longer as attractive. My options for better quality men goes down as I get older. And see, it's not even just age. Let me break that down. The wall is not just about your age. She's not at the wall because she's 52. She's at the wall because she's 52, never been married, and never had the proper covering of a man. And that has been 52 years, or at least all of her adult years, falling into chaos further and further without direct order from a man. That's the wall. That's the true reality of the wall. Because a woman that's 52, that's been married for the last 30 some years, covered by her husband, she didn't hit that wall. You understand what I mean? She's not hitting that wall. Do we agree or disagree? Or do you need me to, thank you so much, C, or do you need me to go deeper with that? Thank you so much, C. I really appreciate that, sis. Thank you so much, C. She said, Kendra, thank you so much for all you do and how you give of yourself. I hope you know how loved and appreciated you are. People say YouTube isn't real, but you, my sister, are real. I'm thankful to God. Thank you, Pharaoh. Angela Bassett don't have a wall. She is always fine. Yeah. And see, it's a reason why Angela Bassett is not at the wall. Thank you, C. People think I hate black women on this channel, but I don't. I don't. I love my sisters. I hate the gynocracy. I hate feminism. I hate what black women have allowed it to do to us, to strip us of everything that we have ever known as women, and to strip us from every power that we have had in our femininity, to make us sacrifice it on the altar of white supremacy for nothing but crumbs and heartache and sadness. I love my sisters, though. My lionesses, it ain't nobody like a lioness. It ain't no woman like a lioness. It ain't no woman like a black lioness. And I love black women. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This past week has been interesting for me. 2023 came in with a bang for me. But I will tell you the one thing, one of many things actually. And I know this is a tangent, but I'm going to go back to the point. That this is one of the few times in my life that I have experienced the true sisterhood of a lioness, a group of lionesses. Not a hyena sisterhood, not the boneyard, not a sisterhood full of betrayal and backstabbing, but a real, honest to goodness lionesses coming together and showing that love to each other like women do, like women are supposed to do, like feminine, wonderful women are supposed to do. And I am honored. I am honored, beyond honored, to be part of it and to experience it. And C is a part of that too. C is my sis. C is my sis. I regard C as my sister. Nothing like a black lioness. I'm telling you, it ain't nothing on earth like it. We different. We built different. Anyway. Thank you, John. Saying Angela Bassett and Sade are allowed to pass the wall. They are. And it's because of the covering. See, what's interesting about it is that, let me go back to the sentiment about the wall and multiple walls. There's a sexual market value, all that. A woman that is aged is not necessarily at the wall because she aged. The age ain't the issue. It's aging under what condition? Right? Because some cheeses are best when they are old, when they have been allowed to age. Wine tastes best as it is allowed to age. The older a wine is, the more, rich and exquisite the taste. I don't drink wine, but you get what I'm saying. So the aging, thank you, Antonio. Said, Kendra, we know you love sisters and brothers too. Take heart in knowing that the information that you share is helping brothers like me more than you know. You are helping all of us reclaim and reconstitute our Black community. Keep on keeping on. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Antonio, and I appreciate your sentiment. The work here that we do on this channel is, in fact, impactful of people's lives. That's one of the main reasons that I took on this content, that I began to talk about Dr. Holman's 10 life values and these concepts that are so incredibly powerful on this channel, because they're life-changing, changed my life. And there was no way that I was going to be able to adopt it myself and then not present it here, especially when the concept was first brought to me and then it was demonstrated just how impactful, just how in-depth, just how eye-opening looking at your life from a value system perspective actually was. And I will always be grateful and thankful to Dr. Holman for bringing the concept here and allowing me the honor, really, of giving the world this, something that was helping people for 20, 25 years. People have been getting helped. And to bring this to a platform and then to have that platform grow to more than 87,000 people who are able to tune in at any time and hear about a value system, to absorb that information, to allow that information to impact them and to change their lives for the better. You can't put a price tag on it. Thank you, J. Rock, said Bernadette Stannis and Cheryl Lee Ralph are two additional women who have defied the wall. Okay. Cheryl Lee Ralph has kind of defied it. Paul Anthony, thank you. Thank you, Crimson, for everything you do. They need to submit to God. Yeah. And thank you, 39 Dina. Thank you so, so much. So, in any case, that wall concept, because I want to flesh it out, it's not just age. It's age under what condition? It's age under what condition? Because a woman, how many of you agree with this? 1 for yes, 2 for no. A woman in her 20s can be at the wall. A woman in her 20s can hit the wall dead on. You agree or disagree? We agree or disagree with that concept? One for yes, 2 for no. Yeah. See, most people agree. See, y'all get it. My audience is sharp anyways. Y'all get what I'm saying? And see, we understand why she hits the wall. Why can a 21-year-old be at the wall already? Because it's not about age. It's about what she's doing. It's really about her mindset. It's really about her value system. Because a lot of these women are in their 20s with 100 bodies. She's already in her 20s with 60 bodies. She's just in her 20s. She's just 25 with 40, 50, 30, 20. She's got a body for every year she's been alive. So that is the wall. A woman's value, if it's bad, her value system, she's going to hit a couple of walls. But I want to take a break because the wall actually was a tangent. I want to come back and we're going to really talk about how I really wanted to talk about it. So after these messages, we'll be right back.
This is Norrin for A-Game TV, and we're at the A-Game 8th Annual Father and Son Day Carnival. Well, let's talk to some of the fathers out here. Well, here comes a grandfather at least. Can you come over and say a couple of words for A-Game?
Dad, can I have this?
Boy, put that down. You want to talk to me? Ooh, this 28-year-old body sure don't work like it used to.
28? You look more like you're 78.
Dad, can I go in there?
I can't afford that.
Can I have this horse?
Oh, you done broke the merry-go-round.
Dad, can I have this?
Come save me down here today. This boy done took all my energy.
Wow, you really should try A-Game. It's an all-natural solution that's going to give you the energy and pep you need to keep up with that young whippersnapper you got there.
Can I have this?
Oh, who's gonna pay for all this? Hey, can y'all take a two-party out-of-state check?
Here, try some. Wow, that really turned you into a super dad.
Yeah, and with all this energy, I'm really about to enjoy my father's time.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another super dad. This is Norrin for A-Game TV signing off. Remember, stay on your A-game.
You gotta give me let me hold a two-party out-of-state check over the weekend. We gonna get back to this cook, but first we gotta get to our A-game. We gotta get to our A-game. We gotta make sure that our brothers are on their A-game, that all of their health is seen to, their overall health is addressed, and there is nothing better to do that than with all natural A-game, with no added ingredients or I lost my train of thought. Anyways, what we got is 21 wonderful herbs to support men's health, to support his vitality, his energy, his strength, and his libido. So if you want to be part of the A-Game family, and I know that you do, all you got to do is hit the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com, and don't forget your 10% discount using the code Kendra10, and you can have A-Game delivered to you ASAP. Thank you so much. And I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button, bam, bam. You got to because we got 417 awesome people. And I just want to get with the next 500 people to hit the like button if we can, so we can dance our way and thumb dance our way into the algorithm, everybody. Let's get back to the cook. Thank you so much. Brandon said donation for Kendra's two-party out-of-state check. I need it because that little boy didn't sew it up. And thank you so much, Norrin.
Thank you for supporting me on my show. Okay. I just wanna thank you for helping me on my show. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. So here's the thing I want to get back to Miss Taraji, because she said something else that was interesting. I'm gonna see if we can listen a little more.
But what a blessing that you could, number one, be comfortable enough to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, you got to be comfortable enough to tell your whole team and everybody involved with you, like, I'm going away for a month, and being okay with that, and just have the will and the
Suicidal ideation is real.
You smile, you hug people, you give them love. That has nothing to do with what's going on inside.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, thank God. I'm as somebody who cares about you, I'm grateful that you have the will and the care for yourself to even make that shift, make that change.
I'm proud of myself. I feel very proud to be able to look in the camera and say, I'm not that strong. Like, I'm fighting for my joy. Every day it's a fight. Every day it's I feel like I'm fighting for my life, you know, because I feel like so many people look up and they're counting on me. You know what I mean? I don't feel like no hero.
It's okay, baby. I'm gonna take a second.
I'm not a fucking hero. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm somebody I'm a human. I'm flawed. I'm trying to figure this thing out every day. And it just, for me right now, it just seems like it's getting harder and harder. But is it my perception? Is it what I'm putting on it? Is it, you know, when you get into a dark place, you can compound yourself with the darkness, you know? And it's all about.
I'm going to go backwards because I believe she said something that was earlier that I wanted to hear. But I'm glad that you guys heard that part of it where she looks into the camera and says, I'm not strong. And there are people who are looking at me and I'm not a hero. And the thing that I want to say about that, let me come back to you for a quick second. The thing that I want to say about that part is that this is what Black women, this is what it does when you place yourself in the masculine position in life. We are not built in any way, shape, or form to take on the kinds of stresses that men regularly take on. We are not built for that. That's why she's crying. That's why she said, when I go home, who's there to uplift me? That's the problem. Earlier, she said, and I may not go back to it because I just wanted y'all to hear her say, you know, I'm not really happy. And you know, it's not a man. And it's not that I need a man. Yes, it is. And Black women, let me go ahead and just cook. Black women always think that that's something wrong with them if they say that they need the man to make them whole and make them happy. You do need the man to make you happy and make you whole. And it ain't even so much about happiness. It's more so about the fulfillment. See, this is why it's important to take a look at women like Taraji, because too many of y'all are running around here thinking that if you got a few dollars in your pocket, or if you able to take trips, or if you able to pay for something, or you able to ride a certain car, or you're able to live in a certain home, or you able to live in a certain neighborhood or whatever the case may be, that's gonna be your happiness. That's going to be your fulfillment. We can see right now that it's not. She wasn't always a older woman. Taraji was a younger woman at one point with a whole life ahead of her. She could have pursued her acting career and been held down by a man. Angela Bassett been acting how long? Aging backwards. That's how far away she is from the wall. Aging backwards. Fine. Wish I could look like that at Angela's age. Why? Because she covered. She ain't about to hit no wall. I don't care how old she get. And too many of y'all think that money do something, and it does not. Because even when we're not looking at a Taraji, we looking at y'all on TikTok crying and dying. Because you realizing that you are not fulfilled by the things that feminism told you would be fulfilled by. It created the emptiness. That you feel. This is why I named it this, that Black women lead miserable lives. Y'all are miserable people. miserable people, and you go around causing misery. That's the only thing difference right here, that Taraji doesn't seem to be causing mischief in her life and in other people's lives because she is unhappy. But it's a lot of y'all that go around. That's why you cause so much trouble. Because you're miserable, and misery genuinely loves company. You want other people to be miserable. So you do everything you know how to do to make them miserable, to add chaos and confusion to other people's lives. Thank you, Dee said this is just sad. Wow, she isn't happy. Right. Thank you, Chris 1911 says she's missing her purpose. Precisely. Anything that is not operating along with its purpose becomes useless. That uselessness is the empty feeling. The uselessness is the empty feeling. That's why you feel lost and turned out. And then I say, well, it's not the man. Usually when people say they don't need something or don't want something or something not wrong with them, the first thing that they name is actually the thing that's wrong. Y'all ever notice that? That people know what their needs are. And a lot of times when people are in denial about where they are in life or what kind of needs they have, usually the first few things that they name are the needs that they have, that they're denying. Thank you, Professor said being the tip of the spear and shouldering the load is a man's burden. Instead of becoming diamonds, the pressure is busting pipes. Yeah, because we're not meant to be under that same kind of pressure. Men have a different life. That's why gender roles is important. Men have a different life. They lead a different life than women do. Feminism really told black women to live a masculine life. Because your life is masculine, it is unfulfilling to you. It is unfulfilling to you. This is a chart I have not brought up in a while. Thank you, John said you're being too modest. I see those little shoulders of yours, very much like Angela and What's Love Got to Do with It. Thank you. I wish I looked like her at her age. I really do. Thank you, Farrell. I hope you know you still fine, Kier. Can we email you topics? Yeah, you can email me topics. You know, my email is on the page, so anybody's free to email me if you want to. This chart right here is critical to the understanding of what Taraji's going through. Feminism tells black women and women in general that her female nature, if it does not serve the purpose of the lost value system, then she should not use it. Right? That she should not use it. And that is where the lack of eudaimonia comes from. When you're not operating the way that you should for the purpose for which you were designed, that leads to all kinds of problems that you don't need to have. All kinds of problems that you would not have if you were doing what you were supposed to do. The reason why I put this chart up, thank you, Chris B. Ironically, most of the women in the Best Man movie aren't married. Right. I haven't presented this in quite some time, but it is very relevant right now because all of these things, these 10 things are the same things from the other chart, the female nature. The yes, no, you'll see that there are circles here. The yes, no, the question that is being asked that the yes and no is answering is whether or not these traits are promoted or not in today's world, or i.e. under the lost value system. And for the ones that are circled yes, they've got to be toxic. So we see women use their beauty in a toxic way to trap men and to do all of these other things. They use their beauty and things like that to be whores or to make money illicitly through OnlyFans and things of that nature. So they got a toxic way of utilizing their beauty. And it is devoid of inner beauty also. If we look at number 5, chaos. Yes, but it is to be toxic. Women have a natural chaos that actually can be used and utilized for a good purpose. But when you are not under any male supervision, and I mean that like your father or your husband or anything like that, then you fall into so much chaos that it's hard or difficult or almost impossible to get you out. Women's selfishness is used as a toxic thing underneath the gynocracy, underneath the lost value system. Hypergamy. How bad is hypergamy? And culture. But let's go back to hypergamy though. How bad of a name has hypergamy got in these streets? To the point where people actually think that a woman's hypergamy is a negative trait for her. That a good woman actually doesn't have hypergamy. Do we understand that that is what it is now? That it's been turned so upside down that people believe that a woman's hypergamy is actually negative. How many, by a show of hands, how many of you believe that a woman's hypergamy is actually negative? And it's no heat, no judgment. I just want to know. See, there are quite a few people who believe that a woman's hypergamy is negative. It's actually not. A woman's hypergamy is one of the things that has ensured, listen to what I say, a woman's hypergamy is one of the main things that has ensured the existence and the perpetuation of the human race. If we did not have selectiveness of mate, we would have an excessive amount of recessive genes coming forward. We would have died out. We would have died out. The whole race survives in part because of female hypergamy. Why is it toxic today? What makes the hypergamy toxic today? Because women don't know how to do it. There's no spiritual value attached to it, right? There's no good attached to it. It's out of order. Because too many women think that hypergamy means that I get a man, and if I elevate, I don't use that feminine energy and elevation to support and boost him up. I'm supposed to go get another man. A higher and higher man. That's not even what it's supposed to be. A woman's hypergamy, when it's working properly, can get with a man and push him to be better. That is what hypergamy really is. Push them to be better. Hey, Miss Danica, thank you, Dwayne. Said, thank you, sister. You're so welcome. Hey, my sis, Danica, thank you so much, sweetheart. And thereby, she gets better and better. A woman's hypergamy is when y'all been living in the same 2-bedroom with the same car, but now you got 3 kids. And she starts looking and saying, babe, you think we should get like a 3-bedroom or something, or just like rent a house? You think we should like get a bigger apartment, or we should probably rent a house or something like that? Our family is growing. We're outgrowing this place. Let you know, what can we do to accommodate our family. It's starting to not be workable anymore. That's her hypergamy kicking in. She's not actually nagging. She's doing what is natural to her now. Nest needs to be expanded because there are more chicks in it. So what is he going to do? She don't just up and divorce him and go get a man with a bigger house. Not if she's thinking. So she tells her husband, babe, you know, we've been living in this place and the kids are getting older. I'm pregnant again. And this is just not going to work, babe. We going to have to do something. And then what do he do? What does he do in response? What does a husband typically do in response to that? He doesn't just look at her and say, we going to stay in this 2-bedroom and have 10 kids in it and you don't complain. That's not what he says. He said, he looks at it and says, okay. Oh, okay. Because first of all, it makes sense. And second of all, now he's going to start doing stuff. To do what? Ensure that that request is met. That's what hypergamy is. That's an example of how hypergamy works. Now he's inspired. Now he got a light under his butt. Okay, let me go over here. I can work a few more hours. I can do this. I can do that. You know what? That promotion I'm supposed to be getting, I'm going to go ahead and ask for that. I'm going to actually ask for that promotion because I should be getting a raise and a promotion. I'm going to approach my boss for that. Or, you know what? He going to do something, whatever it is. And then a few years are going to go by. Other stuff is going to happen. She going to come back. Babe, you know, we need such and such. Babe, you know, it might be better to have such and such. You know, the family dynamics are doing this and that. And babe, come on. You know, I think, is it okay? And he's going to start thinking again. Okay, I need to go up. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting this big family, but I'm only still making like 55. I got to get another skill. You know what? Let me go to school. I'm going to learn another thing. And so I can make some more money. And then I have to spend all my time. And then that's what men do. That's hypergamy. That is how men respond. That is a female's hypergamy. Thank you, Miss Lucy says she brings him the problem and her feminine approach causes his masculine energy to kick in and problem solve. Then she reciprocates with gratitude. Precisely. That's the life cycle of hypergamy. I come to my husband with a problem that I need him to solve. Babe, this is such and such going on. I'm unsure. Can we talk about? Don't worry about it. Now, what is it now? Yeah, it's this thing and that's and this thing, and it's just not going right, and I'm worried. Well, first of all, don't worry. Don't worry. First of all, second of all, I got it. Thank you. Oh, babe, you did that. You did. Oh, my God. Thank you so much. Come here. Feminism has taken Black women away from fulfillment, and they are miserable and leading miserable lives because they are empty. What is emptiness? Lack of spiritual value causes internal suffering because feminism is a part of what? Thank you, Frederick Howard. And lionesses are joyful because happiness is enjoy of family. Exactly. It really is. Feminism comes from this value system. It is attached intrinsically to it. And as we can see, the spiritual value is actually number 10, and it doesn't contain any truth. This is where the emptiness, family it's empty because there's no love and support. Black women are not encouraged to get families. I'm saying I'm strong and independent. That's why she looked to the camera and said, I'm not strong. That's why she looked to the camera and said, basically, I've been put in this masculine space, and I allowed myself to be in this masculine space, and now I have to do a masculine thing. And as a 52-year-old woman, I'm tired because I am not built. My shoulders are not broad enough. My back is not strong enough to deal with these problems. I want to rest. But she can't rest if you don't got no covering. Uncovered women are miserable women. Thank you, J-Rock. So as long as her hypergamy isn't like the woman that Bobby Womack sing about, if you think you're lonely now, wait till tonight. Yeah, exactly. Read. How you gonna say she can't rest, man? Terrence Howard is not going to live that down. Maine. He's not going to live it down. He is not going to live Maine down at all. Why did I see a meme and it was his face in the state of Maine? You know what? She put herself in that masculine position, and now she tired. Because women get tired. I saw a TikTok with an Asian woman said, have y'all other women noticed around about 40-something y'all be tired? She said, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to pay no bills no more. I don't want to do, because we're not built for that in the first place. And feminism convinces a black woman to expend her youth in masculine activities, whether that's a whole phase, whether that is chasing education or profession and things of that nature, to the neglect of her own spiritual value, to the neglect of her health value, to the neglect of her family value. This is what we're talking about. Ain't nobody there to pick her up. That's what a man is supposed to do. That's why she unhappy. And then she refuted it. Well, it's not because of a man. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're not operating. Not only are you not operating in your femininity, you're not operating in the right value system either. So it's all bad. All bad. She serves as the other side. These things, I bring these things up to demonstrate visually what I be talking about on this channel in terms of the way in which what we've come to as a group of women with this feminism thing, and y'all will not drop it. It's dying its last breath, but y'all won't drop it as it die. You want to hold it as it wiggle around and die. Thank you, Marcus. Said Taraji made it a point to say it's not about a man, when in actuality it's all about being covered by a man. Exactly. Y'all need to watch that interview, because it wasn't powerful in terms of different sound bites, like I said, but you got to take it as a whole. Tanisha Talk says, so what is the solution? The solution, because we can't take something out your hand and don't put something in your hand. If black women are suffering from the embodiment and the adoption of feminism as a complete mindset and way of life, and a culture based in that value, then we have to change our value system. And this is why I spend so much time pointing out that feminism is a branch of white supremacy. Because we actually have, no, Tanisha's fine. I'm not picking on her. I'm not picking on Tanisha. I'm answering her question. We're not mad at Tanisha for asking the question. I like Tanisha's channel. We're not mad at her. We're answering her because if she asked, other people are asking as well. If the value system that we have is damaging us, then we need another one. Because right now, we are living as a group collectively. We are living in the lost value system. We are living in a mindset that says leisure and wealth are the two most important things in our lives, period, hands down. And that spirituality, health, family, all of those things are the most unimportant things in our lives. We always come back to the truth, though, because this is the lie. This is the lie that feminism tells you. This is the lie that tells you that all you need to be happy as a woman is a Birkin bag, okay? Some Louboutin heels, and I don't know, a Bentley, whatever. That's all you need. And you need to be able to take trips to Greece. And you need a BBL. And you need men in your DMs. That is not the fulfillment of women. That's not the fulfillment of anybody. The lost value system is not the fulfillment for anybody. We live that. The only way to stop living that is to come to the understanding that we actually have to switch that around to a 10 life value system. Start focusing on our spiritual instead of our wealth and our leisure. Black people spend too much time trying to kick it and have fun. And it's not about that. There is a time leisure take over our life, but it's actually supposed to be something that you do to reward yourself for all the work that you've done for the first 8 values. That's what the leisure is for. To recharge, to rest, to reward yourself for those things and get back to it. So we need to take a step back and take a look at ourselves internally, spiritually, who we are as a woman, as a woman. And we've got to start doing that with a truthful lens. Who are we really? Why do we keep saying we don't need a man when we suffer when we don't have one? Instead of following these narratives, look around. Take them off. Look. We in bad shape. We down bad. Why? That's one of the main things that I cover in my book, Reclaiming the Black Feminine, The Lies of Feminism and the Road to Recovery, How to Get Back. This book actually has the solutions in it. Practical ones that women can do. Thank you, Sky Blue Side Crimson Q. I enjoy watching your videos. Thank you so much. Which is actually on sale now at crimsoncure.com. I am going to, the revisions to this book should be done by next week. Okay? The revisions to the book should be done by next week, the end of next week. Once those revisions are completed, I'll be able to get a physical proof, go over it. Once I get a physical proof and go over it, approve it, what have you, then I'll be able to set a firm date for shipping the books out. Okay? So we're doing the best that we can and getting things done as quickly as possible, so that all of the revisions are done and then gone over and make sure that all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted. So once that's done, I'll be able to actually give you the shipping date So right now what I'm saying is the revisions are, I've got a date for the revisions to actually be completed, and that's going to be the end of next week. Okay? And then I will be able to give you guys a solidified date so that you can get this book in your hands. Once again, I apologize for the lateness and, you know, for the delay of getting this work out to you guys, but I promise you it is worth every bit of the wait. And I thank you so much for your patience and for supporting this work and supporting us as we complete it in the best way possible and as quickly as possible as well. And so with that being said, I want to thank everybody for their contributions today. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate your super chats, super stickers, your PayPals, and your Cash Apps. Thank you so, so much. I would like to I just talked about the book, but we are still holding on to the petition as well. I know that it's a long drawn out thing that we're doing, but it was actually planned to be that way. But we still need the support of the signing of the petition. So please go ahead and click the link. The link will be in the chat, and it's also in the description box for the petition. Sign it, share it, and, you know, contribute to it if you can. But it's more important to simply sign it and share it. That's actually the most important part of that petition, to hold Black Lives Matter accountable. And last but not least, I would love to thank my executive team. Truly, Crimson Cure, this channel, all of the benefit that people receive from this content is really not possible without that team. It would never have come to fruition, not over here. It would not have. So I thank them deeply from the bottom of my heart for all of their effort, all of their everything that they pour into this. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.